Okay, Starsky&Hutch, a 21st Century Environmental Explorers on a world tour. Let's go into another interview. If you like what we do, would you please subscribe? It does help, thank you.
Hi there, my name's Lauren. I work for Berwickshire Marine Reserve, and we are based here in Eyemouth, but our reserve runs from Eyemouth all the way up to Petticoat at St Abb's Head. We cover about 10.3 square kilometres of coastal sea. Our aim is to conserve the biodiversity and the species that we have here. It's to raise awareness of the marine environment through education, and it's to encourage responsible recreational use and a sustainable fishery. So we were established in 1984, we've been going for nearly 38 years. So what do? We have lots of projects you can get involved with. We've got lots of citizen science projects. We do beach cleans 4 times a year on 4 beaches within the reserve. Our next one's on 24th of June, if you'd like to get involved. We do shore watch, where we do regular surveys of cetaceans, dolphins and whales and porpoises in the area. We do 4 seasonal community marine monitoring, where we need some volunteers to help us monitor the species that we find in the intertidal zones. And what else do we have? So much that you can get involved with.
So if tourists come here, which they do, can they get involved? It's an afternoon event or things like that. So there's other things that tourists can do, apart from looking at the scenery. They can actually get involved and help.
They can absolutely get involved. Over the summer months, we run a whole events programme. We do rock pool rambles, or beach cleans, nurdle hunts. So yeah, if you're on holiday, you could absolutely come and get involved with that.
Lovely. If you can later on put some details in the comments of the video, then people will look up and hopefully you might get extra people coming. That's lovely. And now we go to see some lobsters, yeah?
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So earlier this year we started our lobster hatchery and marine education centre. We were open in January and February and over Easter. We'll be open again in the summer. This is Lizzie. Lizzie is our buried hen. She's a female lobster who's carrying eggs, and she's started to release her eggs at the moment. So we've got quite a few baby lobsters, and our aim is to raise these lobsters until they're a bit larger in size, and can survive, are more likely to survive in the wild, and then we'll release them back into the wild. Because at the moment in the wild, maybe 1 in 20,000 will survive to adulthood. So we hope to increase their chances by raising them here until they're a little bit larger and a bit more likely to survive and able to defend themselves. And then we'll send them back out into the wild. And in maybe 7 years, hopefully the fishermen here will be pulling a few more lobsters out that have been raised in the hippodrome. These are our lobster larvae. These ones they're about a week old, and most of them, and they are tiny little
Very
lobsters.
tiny, aren't they?
There's about 130 in there,
Right.
although they have cannibalistic tendencies, so
Oh, got to be a bit careful then, yeah.
Okay. So this is basically the life cycle of a lobster. They go from thousands of eggs underneath the female's tail to stage 1, which is what we have here, and then they get slightly bigger, stage 2, slightly bigger, stage 3. They mould their shell, and with each mould they grow a little bit. And then once they reach stage 4, they actually look like proper little mini lobsters with their claws ready to defend themselves. We can release them out into the wild. And after about a year, they reach this sort of size. And then it takes up to about 5 to 7 years before they're ready to reproduce themselves again. But lobsters can live up to 100, and they never stop growing.
Ooh, right.
So
That's something.
given a chance, they can be pretty big and pretty old.
And grumpy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's us.
Thank you very much for your time. It's been lovely.